welcome back. I want to say happy Memorial Day to you and to all the veterans. RED, remember everybody deployed. I want to give a special shout out to my son who's 19 years old over there at Fort Lewis, Washington. He just got off the field. Hello son, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a good weekend. I know you're glad to be out the field. You were out there a good over 30 days. But that's the job, you know, you're infantry, you're boots on the ground. So train hard, take your training seriously, and just stay motivated, stay dedicated. And I just want you to know I'm very proud of you. Okay guys, today I wanted to give out some more information in regards to the crisis on the border. And despite the globalist efforts and activist judges and basically everybody that's trying to work against President Trump, you know, he's fighting for this country. He's fighting for the sovereignty of this country. People should wake up and realize that this is deeper than a Democrat and Republican situation. The reason why they're coming at President Trump so hard is because he's trying to destroy their agenda. The overall picture with this spiritual warfare is to destroy the Christianity within America. We have been inundated with every demoralizing thing that you can think of. They're just flipping everything upside down. There's so much confusion, and it's pretty much going on all over the world. This is a Luciferian agenda. But I'm here to focus on one topic right now. As you know, our sovereignty is being attacked by the overcrowding and the people that's down there at the border from all these different countries. And this is what Trump has done despite the deep state and those embedded within our government that's working against him. Now, this article is entitled "Trump to Enforce Clinton-Era Law Requiring Sponsors to Pay Back Welfare Benefits of Immigrants." President Donald Trump signed a memorandum on Thursday directing agencies to enforce a previously unenforced Clinton-era law that requires sponsors of immigrants to pay the government back for the welfare benefits that immigrants use. The Illegal Immigration Reform Responsibility Act and the Personal Responsibility in Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act. That's a long word for an act. The IIRIRA, wow, was signed into law by then President Bill Clinton in 1996, but provisions requiring government repayment were never enforced. Of course, because all of these previous presidents was part of this agenda to help destroy this country. So now we got one that's, you know, not down with that agenda, and that's why they're fighting so hard against this man, calling him a white nationalist and all these names. You know what? I'm a black nationalist. I'm a military veteran and I love my country. Yeah, I know you're gonna say, you know, you're probably a coon, and what about, you know, what they did to black people in slavery? I wasn't in slavery. We talked about something over hundreds of years ago. And as far as what my father told me, you know, my people wasn't in slavery. My grandmother wasn't in slavery. My grandfather wasn't in slavery. Matter of fact, he's a product of a white man and an Indian woman. So I don't really harp on something that took place so many years ago. This is what the problem is. You know, we need to move forward, especially I'm talking to the people in the black community. Okay, it says sponsors will be required to sign an affidavit detailing what their financial responsibility will be to pay back the government for any government assistance program that the immigrant uses, including supplemental security income, temporary assistance for needy families, and cash assistance, as well as food stamps, Section 8 housing, and rental assistance, Medicare Part D, prescription drug benefits, and Medicaid, for non-emergencies. Black conservative group Project 21 praised the decision, saying it is compliant with the immigration recommendations the group outlined in the blueprint for a better deal for Black Americans. So see, there are Black conservatives that's actually out there, you know, working on behalf of the Black community in conjunction with working with President Trump. But you listen to some of these other people on the other side, you know, that try to discourage this by calling, you know, fellow Black Americans in the Black community coons. Don't listen to those ignorant people. They are so filled with hatred and they do not have the love of God in their heart. We need to stay focused on what's really going on in this world and how we can all work together and make this a better place for all of us. Project 21 member Melanie Collette said taxpayers should be frustrated about the fact it took Trump to issue a memorandum to compel the enforcement of a federal law already on the books. But this is nothing new. This is what has been demonstrated in previous administrations, which let people know that these people, you know, was just a puppet in office. These people had people behind them, the deep state, pulling the strings, telling them what agendas to put forth, what laws to get passed to basically compel us or push us closer to that Luciferian agenda which they're trying to put forth all over the world, this one world, new world order. You know, but no, we're not with that. You know, God had already came down when the Tower of Babel was being instituted or constructed, and confounded the language and broke all of that up. But these defiant people in the last days are trying to pick up where those people left off, as I stated before. And you know, we need to continue to pray for these presidents that has the courage to stand up despite the death threats. They keep trying to push forward and fight for the American people. This article also says in 1996, the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act makes clear that it is reasonable to expect immigrant sponsors to reimburse the American people for their expenses, she said. And the establishment of a merit-based immigration system is not a matter of American selfishness. It's an acknowledgement of what makes America exceptional. And if you don't believe in the exceptionalism of America, then maybe you need to leave and find another country. But evidently it must be some truth in that statement, because look at the border. Like I said, all these different countries, if America was not exceptional, why are so many people still trying to get into America? And instead, all the people that's so disgruntled and got issues with America, why are they still here? Why are y'all still here? Leave. That way, those of us who want to make this world a better place, make America a better place, can do that without the agitation of these disgruntled people. This is a move that should be welcomed by those providing social services, because it will ensure American citizens who need assistance are not pushed aside. Non-citizens are draining resources meant for those who have already helped pay for them. Project 21 member Emery McClendon said in a statement, yes, if you didn't know, many Americans, many in the Black community have been sitting on these waiting lists for years. And guess what? These immigrants have come into America, and these people that's working against us, the nutty Nancys and the Mad Maxes and the crazy Jerry Nadlers, all those people in the Democrat Party and the rhinos, the Republicans in name only, who come together and put forth these little laws to put these immigrants in front of Americans. You know, all this has to stop. And I just wanted to let you know that through all of this, you know, the president is still trying to fight with all these things that's working against him. So we need to continue to pray for this man and, you know, think ahead, because you can only be president for 2 terms. We don't know what's coming after this, you know. So Christians need to stay encouraged and stay anchored to the Lord, because times are going to get tough. You know, these people are determined, and we have to make sure we are rooted and grounded in the truth, and we are determined to stay on the Lord's side. And folks, that's all I have to say for this Memorial Day weekend. I want you to continue to pray for those that's, you know, in the Middle East, still fighting. You know, there's war against ISIS and all these different people, you know, and pray for those military people that have been injured. You know, some of them are laid up in the hospitals. Help them to stay encouraged. You know, a lot of them battling PTSD. These young people have been through a lot. You know, war takes a toll on the mind. And I don't know how some of them do it if they don't know the Lord. Let's just stay encouraged and continue to fight in this spiritual warfare. And I'll see you next time.